Teep to the midsection for Marareskul as they connect.
Marareskul likes to fight out of his position, but Suleymanov dominant, getting this fight back to the ground.
Oh, beautiful Uranage.
30 seconds
there from Suleymanov. Just ragdolling Marareskul.
Coming up is 3 5-minute rounds of Featherweight MMA. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, training out of Team Merizatu, holding an MMA record of 8 wins and 0 losses. Representing Russia, Ramazan Suleymanov! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, training out of Phuket Fight Club, representing Moldova, Konstantin Marareskul!
All right, center, this side. All right, you both understand the rules. Let's keep this clean, keep it active. Obey my instructions at all time. Touch glove if you want. You want to touch glove? No touch glove, back to your corners. Back to your corners.
Referee,
okay.
Mr. Suleyman in charge of the action
time.
for this
You
one.
ready?
Here.
You ready? Let's
One
go.
Friday Fights. This is an entry-level platform in search of rising talent who can be future world champions. Suleymanov and Marareskul square off. Oh, that was a nice teep to the midsection for Marareskul as they connect.
Yeah, tons of athleticism, power from both of these guys. Very similar styles. Marareskul there, early spinning into the kick, inadvertently going a bit low. He went to the front kick early, like you mentioned, a good technique, especially against someone like Suleymanov, who is so aggressive and loves to press. Right now they're in the open stance. That means the rear weapons, the right hand and the left hand, the right kick and the left kick, will be important, but switching right off the bat from both of these guys, I think we'll see a lot of stance switches in this fight.
Already you can see the redness on the midsection of Suleymanov from the teeps of Marareskul. Very aggressive with that. Forcing Suleymanov to go for the double leg takedown, the Moritagari, and he succeeds at that, going straight into the close guard of Marareskul.
Marareskul was doing some great work to the body there. It prompted Suleymanov to shoot in on the takedown. Beautifully timed and executed. Now he's in a position where he can start to work from the top, past the guard, use some ground and pound those. Knees to the head of a grounded opponent are legal. We may see some of those as well.
Yeah, Suleymanov in the top half guard position. As we've seen so many times from good grapplers, they're happy to stay in this top half guard position so they can rain down some ground and pound, just like Suleymanov is doing right now.
Suleymanov, a ton of pressure and power in this top position. Marareskul trying to control the hands here, see if he can't get back to his feet, but that's going to be quite the task against just a grinding fighter like Suleymanov.
Marareskul manages to get the underhook with his left hand and makes it to his feet, but Suleymanov is persistent here. We're in a 50-50 position here. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to get the takedown, and it's Suleymanov who gets the trip, the Kosotogaki, ending up on top again in the top half guard position. Just look at the way that Suleymanov uses his head, right, to control the fight, even using his chin to control. This is high-level grappling control from Suleymanov.
Great control from the top, staying busy, looking to advance, utilizing his knees, his elbows, but Marareskul doing a great job of securing the guard again, improving his position.
Yeah, Marareskul got a feel of what it's like to have Suleymanov on top. Does not want to stay there too long as he takes a heavy left from Suleymanov. Those are the kind of shots that can really pay a toll on Marareskul. Suleymanov now is starting to find a rhythm and starting to gain confidence as this first round moves on.
Yeah, you can't let these kicks land for free for too long. Suleymanov just driving back into the guard. He loves to press, loves to utilize heavy ground and pound, do damage on his opponent. So just suffocating from this top position, Achilles.
Marareskul been training out Phuket Fight Club. Such a good gym out there, so well-rounded. You can see that Marareskul, he's got a flexible guard. He isn't letting Suleymanov pass that easy, but now Suleymanov has passed. He's got to the side control position. But again, flexible guard from Marareskul, able to use his left knee to gain space to get back to close guard. But that's also a position where he is susceptible to the ground and pound of Suleymanov.
Center, come, center here.
Marareskul doing exactly what he needs to do to protect himself.
Don't move, be in the guard.
The referee is going to reset them in the center of the ring in the same position.
In the guard, Your leg
Back
in,
into
your
the
leg
full
in.
guard.
Not this here. Stop. Okay, this is correct. You were in this position. You were in this position. Ready.
He's got that one butterfly hook in.
Watch the back of the head, okay? Let's go.
He's going to need to get his other butterfly hook in and readjust his position if he's going to create any leverage. Because right now the hips of Suleymanov, they're so heavy on the shins, on the feet of
1 minute.
Marareskul. But again, Marareskul doing well to go from the closed guard and stops Suleymanov from passing his guard completely, but it's not going to bother Suleymanov too much if he's landing elbows from the top like that, Brian.
You can see from that camera angle a very nasty knot on the top of Marareskul's head. No doubt an elbow from Suleymanov caused that. Again, back into the clinch. Marareskul likes to fight out of his position, but Suleymanov dominant, getting this fight back to the ground.
Oh, beautiful Uranage
30 seconds
there from Suleymanov. Just ragdolling Marareskul right now on the feet. It's giving him that good position into the transition onto the ground fighting. Suleymanov again, look at the head control.
10 seconds left.
He's diligent with his strategy. This is his bread and butter. This is someone who could probably stay here all day and just grind down his opponent with those shots, with that head control. Nice change of plan midway through the round from Suleymanov to really get the advantage and the control in the grappling section, which enabled him to give heavy damage with the ground and pound.
No doubt Achilles Suleymanov, especially effective with the takedown game. We saw some clashes early on, with Suleymanov able to transition to takedowns, get Marareskul to the mat, where he was able to utilize elbows, knees, just forming a giant knot on the top of Marareskul's head, grinding that whole time, exhausting his opponent. Suleymanov setting a good pace here in that first round. We'll see how he can follow up in the second. Marareskul's going to need to make some adjustments. I think he will be more concerned with defending the takedown and doing some actions, letting some strikes go on his feet.
The best athletes in One Friday Fights will eventually earn an invitation to One, home of the world's greatest martial artists, but they need to show dominance. Suleymanov was dominant in the first round, causing heavy damage to the forehead of Marareskul, but Marareskul is wasting no time in round two, trying to get the better of his opponent, trying to put the pressure on and establish some dominance of his own.
Getting the takedown again. Suleymanov back in a position where he can exert his dominance. Heavy top pressure.
Yeah, just the timing on Suleymanov's takedowns.
Let's go.
It's so accurate, and the way that he's able to transition from the takedown to the top control really is on point right now. It's a scramble. Every turn of the corner you see Suleymanov threatening with the ground and pound, landing shots here and there. Can't help but think that that will be accumulating a lot of pain on Marareskul. But Marareskul is doing the right thing now. They're creating space with framing with his knees, trying to land some shots of his own from his back. But again, this is the kind of situation where you really want to see Marareskul get to his feet and execute some of that striking.
Absolutely. Marareskul really needing to get back to his feet here, where he can let his kicks and his punches go. Suleymanov just so dominant in that top position. Not just the damage, but it's exhausting to have someone on top of you like that, to constantly have to get your guard back. Worry, and Suleymanov here just almost looping right into side control. Marareskul again, you know, fights and scrambles to get back the guard, but from here, difficult to get back to his feet.
It's just Suleymanov is It's all over Marareskul right now. Not giving him an inch to breathe. Literally, in these kind of close quarters, these grappling, controlling positions, you can feel and hear your opponent's heartbeat and the way that they're breathing. And you can see that in Suleymanov in every move that he makes. He's one step ahead of Marareskul.
Suleymanov continuing to apply that pressure. Marareskul, though, demonstrating just great conditioning and tenacity to get back. This could be a big moment. Suleymanov back in on that takedown. I think he was feeling Marareskul ready to unload with shots there.
Definitely Marareskul looking to get that KO on his feet. Having to put in the work to defend the takedowns of Suleymanov. Suleymanov is hungry for that takedown. You see him turning the corner, now taking the back of Marareskul. This is dangerous for Marareskul. Suleymanov could hit another takedown from here. He goes for an option where he tries to almost get an opening to take the back as well, but here sweeps out the leg of Marareskul. Marareskul just so strong, like you said, Brian, getting back to his feet every time now. He's felt the pressure from round one. Now he's looking like he's understanding the timing of the takedowns now of Suleymanov.
Marareskul feeling confident on his feet, driving forward with the kicks. Perhaps seeing some fatigue on Suleymanov. Suleymanov just has been grinding and hitting takedowns this whole fight. But this could be, well, again, the great timing on the takedown underneath the shots. As soon as Suleymanov senses that he's going to get unloaded on by Marareskul, he's so, just the great timing, shoots in underneath, very clever, and is back to a position where he's going to receive very little damage and have a ton of control.
Marareskul opting to turtle up here instead of getting taken down. Manages to get back to his feet. But just like in any fighting art, one of the things you don't want to do is turn your back to your opponent. And in this position, Suleymanov is in control. He's using his head as well to control and keeping it out of danger from the elbows of Marareskul. Marareskul really needs to do something to avoid getting in these positions. But right now he's doing the right thing in terms of hand fighting.
30 seconds.
But there you see just like Suleymanov trying to keep control, Marareskul fighting the hands, doing the right thing, but immediately Suleymanov moving to the high crutch control position, being one step ahead in every department right now.
Suleymanov, physically very strong, a ton of pressure, and really grinds, but also so intelligent, making great strategic choices here on the feet, transitioning to the takedowns when he needs, being on the back where he's out of the way of the firepower of Marareskul. Just smart fighting, grinding fighting from Suleymanov, even here in this second round as well.
Oh, Suleymanov is looking gassed right now. Really wobbling, making it back to his stall. Gonna be interesting to see what happens in the third round for sure.
Well, it's so important here. Marareskul stayed in this fight. He's been active. He has done a good job of fighting off a lot of the ground and pound attempts of Suleymanov. But in the eyes of the judges, he's going to need to do a lot of work. This fight is scored throughout the fight, not round by round, but this third round, very important, a big moment here for Marareskul.
Big moment indeed. And this is the place for dreams to come true. To get that potential $100,000 life-changing invitation to the big leagues.
Let's go, Blue! This is your
You need to
final
establish
round.
that dominance. Looking like the tide might change. Suleymanov looking a little bit more fatigued than Marareskul. What do you want to see from Marareskul right now, Brian, to try and get the edge in this fight?
Need to see some great shot selection for Marareskul. Nice left hand. Needs to be careful with the kicks. Maybe choose the kick placement. Not just throw those kicks out there willy-nilly, but apply the pressure, utilize the jab. It's a safe strike. Not commit too much. Be ready to step back, take angles, set up opportunities, and be vigilant of the takedown attempts from Suleymanov because he is so good at timing underneath the punches.
Marareskul aiming for the body right now. He can sense that Suleymanov has shifted down a gear right now. Looking fatigued. slower on the timing for the takedown. Marareskul able to defend properly and well. He's got that overhook, nice frame with the left leg. Oh, catches a knee on the inside. Suleymanov looking desperate right now to get that takedown. Does not want to be on the feet with Marareskul.
Marareskul, up until this point, has had to use so much stamina, so much of his conditioning to stay in this fight, but really demonstrating just an incredible ability to keep fighting, to keep defending the takedown. Suleymanov not wanting to engage on the feet, but just continuing to grind, locking up the body here. Marareskul gonna have to keep moving, keep pushing away, use his footwork, fight out of this position to create some room to strike.
Suleymanov sticking to his game plan, really searching for that takedown, but looking quite predictable right now as Marareskul is defending well. With that being said, Marareskul is going to need to get his back off of the ropes right now if he's going to initiate any kind of offense in his striking department. If not, maybe Marareskul try to take Suleymanov down, but again, Suleymanov diligent with that single leg. But looks like he's going to be unable to complete this takedown. A cheeky little hook there on the rope from Marareskul.
Suleymanov tactically doing what he needs to do, staying deep on the hips, just grinding into this takedown attempt, not giving Marareskul room to strike. But you can see the fatigue, the position. Marareskul really needing to dig deep here, push that head away, create some room, because he's got time to do work, but he doesn't, it's not the time as much as the space that he needs Achilles.
Yeah, after getting hit a few times by Marareskul, Suleymanov opting to stay with his takedown strategy. But that being said, Marareskul is getting a good lead on Suleymanov.
Break it up, move back.
And the referee sees it fit to separate them.
You give up, no?
Marareskul looking fresher of the two.
Let's go.
We might see some drama here late in the third round as Marareskul is hunting for that knockout. Connects with the strikes, takes the back now. He's in a good position to try and finish this fight as he is surging with that ground and pound right now.
Huge moment here for Marareskul on the back of Suleymanov, who is extremely exhausted. We saw his mouthpiece pop out. They're going to reset so hard, but Marareskul needs to dig very deep here and make something big happen. He's got the time. He looks like he's got the conditioning. Can he do it, though?
He's got the position as well, Brian. This is dangerous for Suleymanov. Marareskul needs to be persistent and consistent with this ground and pound as he senses that the finish is near. If his opponent cannot defend himself, this fight might be all over. Connecting multiple shots on the face and the chin is Marareskul as he is desperately trying to get this finish.
Marareskul knowing he needs to make something very big happen here. Suleymanov exhausted. We saw the mouthpiece come out of his mouth twice. Looking to roll over, getting side control, digging deep. Once again, a tactical move. Exactly what he needed to do. Has to be so extremely frustrating for Marareskul here.
Oh, Suleymanov out of nowhere getting the Grammy roll and ending up on top. And then when you think about it now, maybe he was taking a breather in that position because he's back on top now with top heavy control.
And we have seen it this whole fight. Suleymanov so strong, so dominant in this position. Marareskul looking to get to his feet, but Suleymanov knows he's got to keep him on the ground. Anytime they're engaged on the feet, Suleymanov in a lot of trouble. But from here, not going to eat any strikes. Able to maintain control and do some striking of his own. Coming into the closing seconds of the fight here. Just what a battle for Marareskul to create opportunities to strike. Suleymanov just a grinding takedown artist.
Oh, this is one of those fights where do you go for the pressure and the control of Suleymanov, or do you favor the constant willingness to want to finish the fight for Marareskul?
Let's take another look here. moment, giant moment here from Marareskul, having the back of Suleymanov. Suleymanov looking so exhausted, barely able to defend, but then almost out of nowhere, utilizing the Granby roll, gaining to side control himself. Marareskul doing almost everything that he could to finish that fight, but Suleymanov, tactically a great grappler, able to transition. He would shoot takedowns underneath punches, scramble where he needed to. Very fatigued there, particularly at the end of the fight. Marareskul, though, no doubt extremely frustrated, not able to unload his hands or his feet the way that he wanted to, but you've got to give it to Suleymanov. Tactically on point, picking his spots, great takedowns, great pressure from the top position, just very heavy ground and pound. Let's throw it out to Nara for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. Judge number 1 calls this contest in favor of Marareskul. Judge number 2 calls this contest in favor of Suleymanov. And judge number 3 calls this contest in favor of your winner by split decision, Ramazan Suleymanov!
Victorious in his debut is Ramazan Suleymanov, defeating a very tough opponent in Marareskul, showcasing his supreme grappling. But coming up after the break, a banger of a kickboxing match as Alba da Silva takes on Hiroki